Hi, thanks for using My Court Coach. I'm Sarah, and I'll be your instructor as we talk about the responsive declaration to motion for simplified modification of order for child, spousal, or family support, also known as the Form FL-392. As with all our court forms, you want to fill in your identifying case caption information. If you are filling out this form, you are likely responding to a motion for a simplified modification of order for support, and that has a hearing date, time, and location where that hearing is to take place listed on it. You want to copy that same information and put it in this line here. You are either going to be consenting to the request to modify support or not. If you do consent to that request, then you would simply mark box 1. If you do not consent to that request, mark box 2. This states that you're objecting to the request to modify the support order. Below that are reasons that you may be basing your objection on. It could be that your income is incorrectly stated, in which case you would mark box 2A. It could be that the other parent's income is incorrectly stated, in which case you would mark box 2B. If you believe you're entitled to a hardship deduction, and again, those are specific deductions that you can request if you had some extraordinarily high medical expenses or based upon catastrophic losses, or if you have other children that you are financially obligated to from another relationship that are not the children subject to this order, you may be requesting a hardship deduction. If you are requesting a hardship deduction, then you would mark box 2C. If the other party has included hardship deductions in their request to modify and you don't believe they're entitled to those, then you would mark box 2D. If you believe that the support calculation that the other party is relying upon is incorrect, you would mark box 2E. If there's any other reason that you believe is a basis for why the support order should not be modified, then you would mark box 2F and list it in other and list your explanation. Along with this form, you need to also attach your financial disclosure form that lists your income, and that can either be your FL-155, which is the financial statement simplified, or your income and expense declaration, which is your FL-150. If you are attaching a guideline support calculation sheet, you would mark box 3B. And again, in California, child support is determined using a statewide formula that we refer to as guideline. If you have access to a calculator that will calculate what guideline support is, and you're attaching that to this, you would mark box 3B. If there's any other documents that you're attaching to this form that you believe are significant to your response to the request to modify support, mark box 3C and describe what those documents are. As with all court forms, you want to sign and date the form. Page 2 is the proof of service. You want to have the person that is serving for you, they need to be age 18, a United States citizen, and they may not be a party to the case. They will fill out page 2 of this form for you, and they will indicate whether they are doing service by personal service, which is 2A, or service by mail, which is 2B. If they are doing personal service, they need to mark and list the name of the party or attorney being served, the address that they were served at, the date of service, and time of service. If there is a governmental agency involved, such as Department of Child Support Services, and they would also mark this box, which is 2A2, list the name of the agency, the address, date, and time of delivery. If the service is by mail, same information. You just mark box 2B instead and list the name, address, date of mailing, time of mailing. And again, if there's a governmental agency involved and served as well, then that information would be identified by marking box 2AB2 and list the name of agency, address, date, and time of mailing. Your process server should sign and date this form, and that would complete the form. I hope you found this helpful. Good luck.